Last night, Andrew Heaney celebrated his birthday in style. The southpaw pitched the best game of his career. His one-hit shutout gave the Angels their third straight victory, and Heaney enjoyed a post-game ice bath. Tonight, the Angels look for the sweep against Kansas City. Behind Shohei Ohtani as the right-hander returns to the mound where he's had his best performances. It's showtime versus the Royals next. We're wrapping up the six-game homestand tonight with the Kansas City Royals in town. The Angels have won 3 consecutive games, looking to make it 4 before they head out on the road to Minneapolis. It is game 3 of this 3-game set. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and of course it is showtime with Shohei on the mound. And Gooby, if you go back to his last start at Comerica Park a week ago, and obviously got a no decision because of the 2 rain delays, but early on didn't seem to have that fastball that we've grown accustomed to already.
Yeah, Victor, really when you think about it, key for Shohei Ohtani really is fastball velocity, location of the fastball early on in the game to set up his secondary pitches. And we saw the velocity pick up as the game progressed, end up touching 101 miles an hour, but his ability to locate his fastball has been so impressive, under control, never overthrowing the baseball, but his secondary pitches are unbelievable, whether it's his curveball, his slider, his split finger fastball. When you put that all together, batting average against those secondary pitches this season, 0.81. That splitter, though, is going to be the key against Kansas City. They love to hit the fastball, show the fastball, finish them off with the split finger fastball here today. Get some quick outs and get deep in the game. We saw that last night with Andrew Heaney.
It took the Royals a little time to get their lineup out. They traded John Jay to the Arizona Diamondbacks for a couple of minor league pitchers, and they'll have Ian Kennedy, the Southern California native, on the mound going for them tonight, facing Shohei Ohtani. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, wrapping up the homestand. Sit back, relax. We'll bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Got him swinging. Just went 98 on him.
Now that was nasty.
Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Welcome back out to the Big A. 69 degrees on a cloudless sky here on this beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. Wrapping up this 3-game set. The Angels have not lost a game to the Kansas City Royals this year. They do have one more game to be played at Kauffman Stadium. That will be on the next road trip as they make up the cold out that Shohei was actually supposed to pitch in. Let's take a look at the Royals lineup as presented by their skipper, Ned Yost. At 21-40 on the season. Whit Merrifield will play center field now that John Jay is no longer a Royal. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. Mike Moustakas at third. Salvador Perez behind the plate. Jorge Soler is in right field. Got Alex Gordon left. Hunter Dozier at first. Ryan Goins sees action for the first time of the series. He's at second base. And then Abraham Almonte will bat ninth and serve as a designated hitter. Shohei Ohtani making his 9th start of the season. He's 4-1, Gooby, with a 3.18 ERA.
Yeah, his fastball velocities from 94 to 101. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and split finger fastball. My go-tos for Shohei Ohtani, though, to be successful is better feel for fastball velocity, especially early part of the game, and work that splitter in earlier in the game. He had a tough feel for that pitch. His slider and curveball were good. Splitter wasn't as consistent, especially early on.
Take a look at the defense for the Angels behind Shohei Ohtani. You've got Young in left with Upton serving as a DH tonight. Trout at center, Hermosillo's in right field. The infield looks like this. Cowart, Cozart on the left side, Kinsler, Valbuena on the right, Martin Maldonado behind the plate.
Mike Trout really has been outstanding out in center field. When you look at defensive zone ratings, he's been that good this season. 968, which is tops in Major League Baseball as far as center fielders, has improved. He said he was going to get better at that during the offseason, has carried it into the season so far. 3 assists, no errors for Trout this season.
If you weren't with us during the pregame show or even before that, Andrelton Simmons, who rolled his ankle last night going into the dugout after stretching before first pitch, stayed in the game for a couple of innings. Today placed on the 10-day disabled list with a grade 2 sprain. That's why Zach Cozart is at shortstop. And that's why Caleb Cowart, who was just recently sent down, is able to come back up prior to the 10-day waiting period. The only way that could happen is if he's replacing someone who was injured. Of course, that person is Andrelton Simmons. Albert Pujols not in the lineup yet again. He's dealing with a sore knee. The hope is that he's ready to go on Friday. And the Angels start a 3-game set in Minneapolis against the Twins. I'm done. You can have the first inning now.
All right, Shohei Ohtani, he's on the mound. That's always fun to be able to say that.
No doubt. Here's Whit Merrifield. 286 batting average. He had played second base the first 2 games of the series. The first was a fastball in for a strike at 96. First pitch brought to you by Carson Toyota.
Shohei Ohtani in the sunshine right now from that mound, that glimmer of sun towards him.
0-1. Late off the glove of Valbuena, just mistimed his leap. And it'll go as a base hit to start off the game.
.96-mile-an-hour fastball first pitch. 99 on that one to stay back on it. Merrifield's a very good hitter. Stayed with it and off the glove of Luis Valbuena, who made an outstanding defensive play at first before moving over to third last night.
So like last night, John Jay was hit by a pitch. Leadoff man on board for Kansas City. Here's Alcides Escobar. 233 on the season. 9 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 16 runs batted in. 0 for 3 last night. He's batted at the bottom third of the order. Fastball blown right by him.
And you can see right now Kansas City's anticipating getting early first pitch fastballs from Ohtani.
That's kind of been his MO.
Yep.
Kind of more fastballs first time through the order, then go to the breaking balls as he settles in.
It's pretty good to see that 96, 99, 96 so far.
As you remember, that start in Detroit was pushed back. So he had a couple of extra days and the normal week in between as Escobar offered at that one, 0-2. So he is pitching more on a normal routine today than he did last week. That game he ended up going 5 innings. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks through 83 pitches. Of course, 2 rain delays, totaling just over an hour.
And he said he wanted to go back out and pitch. There was no way that was going to happen.
I wouldn't doubt him.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss on a slider, nowhere near the strike zone. Down goes Escobar, one out.
That's when you know you have a nasty slider. That pitch ended up in the left-handed batter's box. Look how quick that break is. I mean, that's midway through the left-handed batter's box. Sharp break to it. Swing and miss. Quickly, 3 pitches.
Here's Moustakas. Heaney got him to ground down to Valbuena in the game last night. Finished the shutout. 0 for 4 game for Moustakas last night. And fastball gets by Maldonado. Wild pitch puts Merrifield at second.
It's his 4th wild pitch of the season.
Royals 5 for 14 in this series with men in the scoring position. Did not have an opportunity last night. The only hit that Kansas City picked up was a Hunter Dozier single in the 5th inning. 3 total base runners, a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice, and the single by Dozier. That's how good Andrew was. Breaking ball misses. 2 balls and no strikes.
That's one of those pitches too, especially early for Ohtani. A tough field pitch is curveball. But that's going to be a big differential between his fastball at 100 to 73 with the curveball. His splitter is going to be around 85 to 88 range. Slider, low 80s.
3 balls and no strikes.
Moustakas more than likely has the green light when you talk about percentages of RBIs driven in this season. Moustakas, big part of the Royals offense this entire season.
Four-pitch walk, 2 on, 1 out. Salvador Perez coming up. As a matter of fact, while we were waiting for the Royals lineup and the rumors of a potential trade, I think for a second that the first guy gone might be Mike Moustakas.
That's what I was thinking when I was down towards their dugout today. I was thinking that was exactly what was happening.
Jay had a nice start to his brief Royals career, and now will become a Diamondback.
He's been a winner everywhere he's been. He's a solid outfielder. Can play a number of different outfield positions. That's a good pickup by the Diamondbacks.
Breaking ball for a strike. Salvador Perez at 241. 7 doubles, 10 home runs, 31 RBIs. Hit his 10th of the season a couple of nights ago. That was against Noe Ramirez. Kinsler shading up the middle. Merrifield at second and Moustakas at first. Just underway. 1 out in the first. Overthrown breaking ball, and Merrifield stays at second.
That's one of those splitters that he threw. Tried to muscle up on the split. Again, that's the one pitch he didn't really have a good feel for last time out. Early on here, the splitter straight down. It's a good block though. And Martin Maldonado kept his shoulder square right off the chest protector, keeps it in front, quickly picks up Merrifield if he's going to try to advance.
One. How about that?
Again, he had a great feel for the slider last time out. I think the feel for his pitches so far between his curveball, split, and slider. Slider is the one he's feeling comfortable at this moment.
One-two pitch. Perez, cue shot back toward Ohtani. He fires to second. Low throw. Kinsler's got it. Turns it into a double play.
What an athlete. Shohei Ohtani fielded that baseball like a middle infielder, which you're supposed to do as a pitcher. Quickly gets a 1-4-3 double play.
Mike Scioscia's lineup. Game number 63 for the Angels at 34-28. 5 back of the Mariners in the West. Kinsler leading things off in second. Cozart is at short. Trout at center. Up to the DH. He's the cleanup hitter. Valbuena at first. Maldonado behind the plate. Youngins in left field. Caleb Coward at third base. And Michael Hermosillo batting ninth and playing right field as they take on a 33-year-old right-hander, SoCal native by the name of Ian Kennedy.
Ian Kennedy's fastball, he throws a lot of them, about 60% of them, 90-94. He'll throw a cut fastball, curveball, and a pretty solid changeup. Has struggled though this season, ERA just over 6. Has allowed 12 home runs in 60 in 2/3 innings pitched.
Kinsler at 207. 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night. And for Ian Kennedy, you're going to get a ton of fastballs. 4-seamers.
Works very quick. Kinsler with good numbers career-wise versus Kennedy. The battle of Ians. 345. 2 home runs for Kinsler.
Second start for Kennedy against the Angels. Went 6 innings, took the loss on April the 12th in Kansas City. As Kinsler shoots one out toward right center field. A sinking liner. Nice play by Jorge Soler. Grab it before it hit the grass. 1 down.
And my go-tos to be successful against Ian Kennedy today, swinging the bat, is you got to track that high fastball. When you do so, you can barrel up on that fastball and go a long way. And also early pitch success. You think about hitters on that first or second pitch when put in play. 469 against Ian Kennedy this season. He's got a good changeup and a good curveball, but attack those first 2 pitches for success.
Cozart takes a strike. Kennedy making his 13th start with that 608 earned run average. Zach at 225. 0 for 3 last night.
So far, he's thrown a fastball lower part of the strike zone, followed by a high fastball the very next pitch.
He's been susceptible to the long ball over the last couple of seasons. Just behind Masahiro Tanaka, the most allowed in that time frame. Cozart slicing one down the line, slicing away from Soler. 1-2.
That's the one thing, when you ride that high fastball, there's a lot of 4-seam fastballs that if you don't locate that well, it has a chance to go a long way. This season against him versus fastball, 357 batting average versus fastball with 10 home runs allowed. So he's given up a lot of home runs and a lot of hits on his fastball.
Breaking ball, bouncer to third. Moustakas was busy last night. Retires Cozart for round number 2. Check out the Royals on the defensive side of things, and it looks like this with Gordon, Merrifield, and Soler in the outfield from left to right. Moustakas, Escobar, Goins, and Dozier around the infield from third to first. Salvador Perez by the plate.
And Mike Moustakas over at third base. We saw those plays he made last night. 986 fielding percentages at third base, leads the American League in that category. He's turned 11 double plays. Just 2 errors so far at third base for Moustakas. Really good range this season.
Three batters in, 3 first pitch strikes for Ian Kennedy. Down to 315, 19 home runs, 39 runs batted in. 1 for 4. One of the 7 hits the Angels had against Kansas City last night. 0-2.
I wonder now if Trout will track something going down and away. Cutter or curveball? He's pitched Trout pretty well so far in his career. Trout is 2 for 12.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Breaking ball, full count, Upton on deck.
Well, he tracks breaking ball so well when it's not in the strike zone.
Three-two. In on the hands just enough. Gordon calling for it. Angels down in order. We'll head to the second with no score.
Shohei Ohtani can throw the baseball, but also field his position. Has already turned in his body. Quickly throws a second for a 1-4-3 double play. Perfect technique with a pitcher. You can turn your body to get yourself in good throwing position. Excellent play by Ohtani.
Here in the second inning, Kansas City setting up Soler, Gordon, and Dozier. First pitch. Just touched the bottom part of the strike zone, but it gets called a ball. 1-0. Jerry Meals, by the way, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes. Chris Siegel at first, Gabe Morales at second, Ed Hickox at third base. Shohei threw 13 pitches in the first, 8 for strikes. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Hickox was pretty solid last night behind the plate. Now at third base tonight.
Or his Soler, 268, 9 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Fouls this one back. That ball was coming in hot in the hands of Brian Lefevre. Right through his hands.
Yeah. That was coming in extremely hot.
Yeah, it was. 2-1. Off the plate, 3-1.
The effort was there, though.
The thing of it is, too, is that he kind of reacted late to it. So he, I think he was trying to decide whether or not he should go after it.
No, that's close enough to this pole over here in the glass. No.
3-1 pitch. Lair rips one down the left field line. Jumped on that fastball. One hops the fence. And over it goes for leadoff double.
Runs his fastball, runs inside. Slater did a nice job as far as bringing his hands in and lines that down in the corner. 17th double of the season. When you look at numbers versus Shohei this season, he has given up some hits on his fastball.
There's Alex Gordon, the left fielder. Take a breaking ball for a strike. Shift on with Cozart up the middle. Outfield straight around. Nice crowd tonight. Still filing in outside. A lot of people outside in the pregame show. Broken bat, little bouncer towards Shohei. Looks the runner back. Throws to first.
That's excellent fielding as far as fielding your position as a pitcher. As soon as you release that baseball, you become that fifth infielder. Fields it, looks him back to second, and quickly throws to first. It's not an easy play, too. When you break a bat, you hear that sound, you think it's a little bit harder hit. See how quickly he turns, looks him back, and gets the play at first.
And all that squares up the shoulders to throw to first base. Is doing the old open stance.
A lot of times you'll see that in an off-balance throw, and it gets away from, whether it's at second base or first base.
Here's Hunter Dozier, first baseman. Looks upstairs. 254 batting average for Dozier. 5 doubles, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in.
Mentioned those numbers versus fastball for Ohtani this season. Coming in hitters hitting .375 with 3 home runs, which is .081 versus his secondary pitch, a couple of home runs.
(2-0). 99 on the corner. Not bad if you got it.
Just for fun?
Yeah. And a hitter's count. Shohei 2-1 in 4 starts here at home this year with a 2.35 ERA. 23 innings, 33 strikeouts coming into play. Looked like he went around. He did. 2-2.
98.
Clearly, guys gearing up for the fastball, and you have to.
That's when you get those odd swings on a slider that's well off the plate.
Yeah.
Should be a time for Ohtani to try the slider. Dozier's been pretty patient for a young hitter, not necessarily chasing that pitch.
2-2. Breaking ball down goes Dozier, 2 outs. Second strikeout for Ohtani.
Back to that slider. Late break to it. Stays on top. Sharp. Great spin rate.
That's the product right there. That swing of gearing up for 98. You see how far out in front he is on that breaking ball. Missing it at the end of the bat.
And he's been great when you look at his last 4 starts, 2-0, 2-1-6. But his spin rate he's had already on his slider on his 2 strikeouts, over 2,500 RPMs. The average, 24.11. Again, people ask about the spin rate. When you really have a good tight slider working, you really get to see a dot on the seams as it's spinning through the strike zone. It's a sharp break, a late break. As compared to one you just see on TV, just kind of slowly break it through the strike zone. A hitter can track it.
That's the one we call the old cement mixer. Goins up the middle, glove by Ohtani.
He can feel his position.
Yeah. Making it look easy. He just shook his left hand after taking the glove off. No scores. We head to the bottom of the second.
Toyota. Quick hands on that ground ball right back up the middle. Under control, flips it over the first base. Already 3 plays in this game, resulting in 4 outs for Shohei Ohtani. Said, yeah, that might have hurt a little bit.
Upton, Valbuena, and Maldonado here in the second. 4 first pitch strikes so far for Kennedy.
Talked about the numbers hitters have had against him on an 0-0 count this season, Victor. 400 against him, put into play. 0-1, 545, and 1-0, 500.
There's that same pattern again, go back upstairs after getting that first pitch strike. Evens the count. Justin hitting .254, 13 home runs, 38 RBIs. 3-hit game yesterday with 3 singles. 1-1.
When you combine his fastball and his cutter, which is generally a fastball itself, over 74% of his pitches are going to be that hard variety of a fastball and cutter. Does have a good changeup, and that was one of them there.
Yeah, you can almost see him prior to that pitch when we had this shot right here. He had the grip going into the glove. Does he double it up? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go back to it.
It's a very good pitch.
Foul back.
See right there, it looks like he's back to his fastball grip at that moment.
Got him at 94. First strikeout for Kennedy. 1 out here in the second.
It's like we thought he was going to throw. He runs his fastball in a firm 94. Remember, you talked about as far as how to pitch and how some pitchers have success against, especially with Trout, Upton, and even Albert Pujols, that upper part of the strike zone with a 4-seam fastball. Well, Kennedy has that. The bottom line is to try to bring that fastball down in the strike zone to have better success. And the Angels had real good success against him in his career. He's had an ERA a little over 7.
Valbuena takes that pitch inside. .237 average for Luis. 6 home runs, 20 runs batted in. The starting first baseman last night, when Simmons was taken out, he moved across the diamond to third base. Two balls, no strikes.
Now if you're Luis Valbuena, you're sitting on a fastball about 80% of the time versus a left-handed batter. He'll come with a fastball 2-0. Got that fastball and the lower part of the strike zone exactly where Valbuena wanted it, but missed it, fouled it off.
Moustakas, the lone infielder on the left side. Triangle defense on the right. Upstairs, 3-1. Martin Maldonado on deck. No Pujols, sore knee. No Simmons, 10-day DL with a right ankle sprain. Pulled and off the glove of Dozier into the right field corner. Soler will play the carom cleanly, but Valbuena easily at second with a double. First base runner of the night for the Angels.
Boy, he jumped on that pitch, lower part of the strike zone, and lined it right down in that corner. After the fastball this time, exactly where you want. You try to bring him down in the strike zone, and lines a double. Good bat flip too, by the way.
Halos last night 0 for 3 with men in scoring position. Nice effort by Dozier.
Second double in his last 3 starts for Luis Valbuena. Giving now 10 extra base hits on the season.
Martin at 247. 8 doubles, 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in. First opportunity for the Angels with a man in scoring position. In this series, 5 for 14. On the homestand, 8 for 34. In such scenarios. 2-0. Kansas City will head up to Oakland to play the A's. The Angels will fly overnight to Minneapolis beginning at about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Enjoy the off day tomorrow. Enjoy in quotation marks. This one's fouled back. Gooby. Oh, clank.
Oh.
You all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Right behind, right there.
There it is. Target practice today.
Oh, nice try, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, right at you.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Oh, that felt fantastic. Really
like
good with the pencil in my
right
hand.
Feel free to drop the pencil next time. Is that a thing attached with Velcro?
Yes. Oh. I got the Shohei moment right now.
Medic.
Yes.
2-1. It's in the first strike. Maldonado upset that he didn't pull the trigger. Let's go back and revisit that foul
yeah,
ball.
let's revisit like a number of times.
Clank. Pitchers are the best athletes, remember?
There it is.
There's Gooby.
There it is.
I mean Shohei. And there's Gooby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Don't rub it.
Oh no. What if you can't feel your hand at all? Is that all right there?
Yeah.
I tried with the 2 hands. That's an awful effort by me there. That's awful.
Full count. Chris Young is on deck, but almost behind Maldonado. Martin lifts one to left field, a base hit. Valbuena, a little bit of a late start.
That's always a good idea against Gordon.
Doesn't play a deep left field, and he's got a cannon for an arm. So runners at first and third, a 1 out for Chris Young.
Good piece of hitting there by Martin Maldonado. It's a good decision. Dino Wheel right away putting up the stop sign. Got to read to make sure that's down, but Gordon charged it well, and he got himself a real good throwing position for outfield assist. The season already for Gordon down in left field.
Valbuena at third, Maldonado at first. One ball, no strikes. Last outing for Ian Kennedy was on the 1st of June. Took the loss. Lasted just 3 innings against Oakland. Gave up 8 runs on 7 hits through 71 pitches. His one and only victory. His second start of the season back on April the 7th at Cleveland. 2-0. Kennedy looks a little frustrated with himself. Had a nice start with the first 4 batters, 4 up, 4 down.
That's why you got to take advantage of that and hit a mistake. Green light on a 3-0 pitch, 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a pretty good movement there from Ian Kennedy. No contact.
(3-1), and he walked him. Bases loaded for Caleb Coward.
My Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful tonight against Kansas City, and Ian Kennedy from a little Blue Oyster Cult. Agents of fortune take advantage of some mistakes made by whether it's Ian Kennedy or the defense for Kansas City to score some runs, especially when you don't have Albert Pujols and Andrelton Simmons in your lineup. Very important for the others in the lineup to hit some mistakes.
Caleb was hitting .302 in 35 games at AAA. 1 plate appearance in the big leagues this season. 0 for 1. Cuts through that first one. Coward at .225 last year. 50 games with the Angels. Starting third baseman tonight. Valbuena at third. Maldonado at second base. Young at first. One.
Caleb Coward, you see his hands are way different than what we saw last season. Remember, he had it laying on his shoulder.
One and two. Five career home runs in the big leagues. Infield at double play depth. 9th place hitter Hermosillo on deck. 1 out, bases loaded, no score in the second. And Coward goes down swinging. 2 outs. Slow breaking ball from Kennedy.
See, we'll have that knuckle curve to be able to create that good downward action on this pitch. Straight 12-6 break out in front, unable to make contact.
Kennedy will work from the stretch even with 2 outs. Hermosillo 1 for 3 last night with a single. 3 for 14 in the big leagues. Oh, 1 count. 40 pitches thrown by Kennedy in this game. 27 here in the second. Oh, 2.
When you look at the percentage of the pitches that Kennedy will throw 0-2 against a right-handed batter, 60% of the time he'll try to run that fastball upstairs.
Kennedy now ready. 0-2. Check swing roller up the first base line. Kennedy picks it up, fires to first, and out at first base is the call. As Dozier kept that foot on the base, so the Angels waste a bases loaded 1 out situation. Scoreless as we head to the third. $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com/groups for more details. Well, it's a shame the Angels offense, especially the bottom two in the order, unable to cash in one of those runs. They left the bases loaded. And Ohtani will face 9-1-2 for Kansas City here in the third. It'll be Almonte, Merrifield, and Escobar coming up.
That's why it's so important now for Shohei Ohtani to have a quick 1-2-3 inning. Momentum goes to the Kansas City Royals now, getting through that inning with no runs allowed. See that often for an offense after a pitcher picks them up like that and gets through an inning, no damage.
Almonte, the DH tonight, switch hitter, hitting .212. Slow breaking ball.
That's a good one. 69-mile-an-hour curveball.
Very Jared Weaver-like. Almonte backs out at the last second. Double or triple, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in for Almonte. Oh, 1. It's by Maldonado.
I've been trying to catch up to a fastball after the pitch before was at 69 miles an hour. That was at 95.
Two balls, 1 strike.
.30 pitches so far for Shohei Ohtani. 17 in the strike zone, 13 out of the strike zone.
3-0. Full count. Top of the order, Whit Merrifield. He's on deck. Now the 3-2. Almonte waves at the slow bender. First time tonight that Ohtani's retired the leadoff man. 1 out.
What a good curveball this was. Good follow through. It's a spot once again.
It's a 10-mile-per-hour difference in curveballs. 69 the first pitch, 79 there for the strikeout.
See how far out in front the hips are going, trying to keep the bat back, cannot do so. The back foot moving, all because of the speed of that pitch. That's not easy to do, to have differential in speeds of your curveball.
Right, right.
That definitely wasn't the slider.
You could do it by mistake.
Yeah.
Merrifield with a base hit off the glove of Albuena to lead off the game. Was stranded at second base. Shohei with 13 pitches in the first, 14 in the second. Behind at 2 balls, no strikes.
And we talk about feel for his fastball, so important for his secondary pitches. He's given up a couple hits today, both on fastballs. And as hard as his fastball is, hitters still have been able to catch up to even the best of fastballs.
This one's out toward right center field. Playable for Trout. And correct me if I'm wrong, Goob, because it seems like when they are catching up to the fastball, more times than not, it's in a hitter's count.
Yeah.
He's fallen behind a 2-0 or 2-1, 3-1.
Yes.
And guys are sitting on the fastball. And it doesn't matter if you throw 105 miles per hour in a hitter's count and a fairly straight fastball. Guys in the big leagues are going to hit that baseball.
Yeah, we showed those numbers, Victor. Your point, 375 versus fastball. But if you look at all those hits on a fastball, you're exactly right. They're gearing up in a count where they can look fastball. Sometimes that's even the first pitch, looking for a fastball. But we've also seen when he's ahead of the count where they're looking all speed, he's getting that fastball by him easily.
Breaking ball for a strike. Solaire's a perfect example. 3-1 count of the second inning. He got a fastball. It wasn't even a strike. It was up and in. And still able to pull it down the left field line for a double.
That's a good splitter. And again, you'll see the tap by Maldonado that maybe hit third base. Here's that fastball. He's sitting fastball. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, upper part of the strike zone. But because he's looking at that pitch, he gets that pitch and lines it for a double. Now this is a time you might be able to get a fastball by a hitter.
Oh, flare out the shallow center field. Late break for Trout. He's there. Makes the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for Ohtani. We head to the bottom of the third. Scoreless. Going off a 1-2-3 inning. The Angels at the top of the order coming up, and it's our pleasure to welcome in Angels general manager Billy Epler to our broadcast booth. And Billy, today, day 3 of the draft completed, all 40 rounds in the books, and your assessment of the Angels draft pick so far.
Well, I'd say there's plenty upside in that draft. Plenty upside. So it kind of dialed back to some of our roots and some old school scouting, and you know, took guys that have some big tools and big upside, you know, hope they all develop and we can get as many of them as possible up here.
Billy, when you look at some of the players, especially, you know, Adams the first pick, the athletic ability, how does that come into play more so than even sometimes you think of strictly baseball skills? Because he's a great football player also.
Great football player, great baseball player. You know, probably would have been able to be a great basketball player too. But you know, in that sense, you trust their ability to kind of close the gap on their competition, and then also close the gap as they move up the minor league level and they start seeing more and more talented players. And that was one of the things that we noticed over the spring with him, was just how he was able to adjust, you know, at bat to at bat, sometimes even pitch to pitch. You know, he'd see an above average breaking ball, and you know, it might have fooled him on a particular pitch, and then the next time he saw it, he whacked it. And that ability to kind of close that gap and make adjustments that quickly, you know, coupled with that, you know, that physicality of him, you know, told us this guy's got a chance to do something pretty special.
So I mentioned the 40 rounds, and Kinsler will scout this one to center, playable for Merrifield. I think I counted, what, 26 pitchers of the 40 draft picks. Is that one of those things that you went into it looking, or Swanson went into it looking, hey, we got to get some depth, get some arms in the organization, or it just kind of played out that way?
It just kind of played out that way. You know, we kind of use a system for our selection process so that we don't really rely on one individual to make the decision. We have a saying over here that the system will make the decision, right? And how we grade these players, and then how we kind of model them through the evaluation process will help us identify them. And when we have these players kind of in these particular buckets, that's you know, that's when we actually kind of pull the magnet off the board at that moment in time. But You know, it just turned out that there were some guys that you know were pitchers that were there at that moment in time. So that's what we gravitated to. So.
How crazy is it? Okay, you have a couple players in mind. All of a sudden, you're waiting to see if they're going to be available for you to pick. How difficult is that? You know, because it's almost like you're playing poker. You don't want to show your hand there.
It's nerve-wracking, I can tell you that. And I was actually getting some texts from some of the guys in the clubhouse. They said, "You're nervous right now. You're nervous right now." You know, when we were about pick 12, pick 13, and then you know, I mean, you're just at the mercy of the draft, and you just sit there and wait.
Cozart 0 for 1 with a ground ball. I want to ask you about Chandler Champlain, is it, from Rancho Santa Margarita, from Santa Margarita High School. I believe he's got a scholarship offer to USC. He seemed like a guy that had some high upside. I mean, as far as the rankings in baseball, they had him pretty high up there. You take him in that low 30s round, close to the 40th. What's the thought process there?
Well, like I said, we like to gravitate towards big tools. He's got big tools. This guy's got a lot of ability. You know, we'll have to kind of see how things play out, you know, at the earlier portion of the draft, and what happens as far as getting guys committed and getting guys signed. You know, and kind of getting it all the way to all the way through the physical process and all the hurdles that you kind of got to go through, and then just see if there's the ability to kind of make a run. Maybe we have that. If there's not, then there's not.
For you and for other scouting directors and other baseball personnel, does having a guy like Shohei Ohtani being able to do it at the major league level, does that open your eyes more so to a two-way athlete in the scouting process?
Absolutely. And so we actually did that with our 5th round pick, a guy named William English, and you know, William's from Detroit, and showed up at one of our workouts in Atlanta, Georgia. We saw him hit, and we saw him get on the mound, and you know, when we sat down for the interview process with him, you know, he told us that this is something I want to do if possible. Would you guys be open to letting me do both? And talked it over, and you know, at that moment in time, we said if it warrants it, we will. And then as we talked more in the draft room and did a little bit more analysis on him, we figured it warranted it. So we're going to build him both ways. You might not see him pitch this summer. You might see him just do a lot of conditioning from that side of it, but you will see him get out there in the outfield, assuming we can get everything done with him.
It seems like, sorry, as this book is being written on Ohtani, that now you have a plan. Now you've got some sort of an organizational philosophy on how to handle these type of players.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I told Shohei, I said, "Hey, we drafted another two-way player," and he said, "Very good. I appreciate that."
Yeah, we were just looking at that list of the top 10 picks. You saw a lot of right-handed pitchers in the draft. Do you ever think, okay, maybe one or two of these guys could possibly even help us out this season, being a college pitcher? Do you ever think that?
No, I tend not to. Yeah. You know, I guess there's always some special circumstances where that could take shape. But you know, these guys start early, and they're fired up late January and playing in games in February, and I think it's just a lot to expect and a lot to kind of wish for. And so, you know, trying to take more of the approach of let's just be mindful for what these guys' bodies have gone through, and then make sure they're strong enough. But I'll never say never. But I would usually tell you it's pretty unlikely.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about the upcoming trade deadline. Now you're starting to see more teams. It seems like over the last couple of years, maybe not waiting all the way to the deadline. You see the Diamondbacks having a need and filling it with John Jay and making that trade with the Kansas City Royals. Is this now the MO, do you think, in baseball? If your guy's out there that you want, you could pull the trigger on it. Why wait till July?
Absolutely. You know, I think clubs are you know, recognizing you know, that potentially some other clubs, you know, are in a position to have a need and want to fill it right now, and they go, you know, why wait and why allow, you know, the market to kind of grow, and you know, just based on the general economics of supply and demand, if I can get something that I like and I appreciate, why should I wait right now?
And we talk about now a lot about the depth in the minor league system where you have that flexibility now. We even talk about 4 prospects in the top 100 as far as MLB.com listing them, potentially even 5. Does that give you a chance to be able to think in terms of doing that now because you have more depth in your organization?
Well, we definitely have players that other clubs have identified and called me on in the past, and so I expect that to happen a little bit more over the next couple months as our guys, some of our guys have moved pretty quick. We've taken last year's first-round draft pick and challenged him, and Joe Adell, and he's up in Inland Empire right now. Brandon Marsh is up there, as another young player. And these guys, relative to the average age of that league, that's attractive for clubs. But I'll tell you, there's nothing better than having a homegrown player show up in the big leagues for you. From a morale standpoint, from what it builds, from your amateur scouting group, your player development group, just the excitement and the fans that kind of follow, because there's so much more exposure. And the fans that follow them on the way up here, you kind of feel that connectivity when they come through. So we'll always want to do what's best for the club, in the long term, but I tend to want to always graduate a guy to the big leagues if possible.
Even when you look at the social media outlets, we get to see all those prospects play and how excited the fans are. And it's difficult because you want these guys wearing that Angel uniform at some point soon.
Absolutely. They get conditioned to your way, when they kind of graduate up to the big leagues. But nonetheless, if something presents itself and it makes sense for us, from a prospect yield standpoint, then I think we have to be open-minded to anything to improve the club.
Yeah, no, a lot of Angel fans are certainly excited about Griffin Canning, especially when you hear about the 3 organizational no-hitters he started to him and actually had a very good start his last go-around too. So it's nice that it's been a while for Gooby and I. I've been in 9 seasons now that you get excited, not just about one player like a Mike Trout or a Shohei when you're fortunate enough to bring someone like that in, but all of a sudden it's like it's not just about Griffin, it's about Joe Adell and then the Marshes of the world, and you mentioned it.
Yeah, Jose Suarez is up in AAA right now, a 20-year-old left-hander.
Yeah,
is leading minor leagues in strikeout. So, and then Jaime Barria, who we've seen pop in here this year, and so every night, when you go back and when I get home, I spend about another hour in the box scores as I kind of decompress from this game. Every night there's something I want to see in our box scores, and I think a lot of the Angel fans feel the same way.
So baseball's pretty much 24 hours a day for you, pretty much, Bill?
That's pretty, it fills up a lot of the time.
By the way, Shohei Ohtani, what he's done so far, I knew when we talked in spring training about him, the expectations, where is that as far as the expectation and what you've seen so far from Shohei Ohtani this season at the plate and on the mound?
He never ceases to amaze. What he's able to do on the mound, and he's made some PFP plays tonight. And I remember when we went to Japan, his manager said, if I was ever in a bind and I had to put him at shortstop, I probably wouldn't hesitate to do that. Just watching what he does and how he goes about it is just I think it's great. I think it's great for everybody to see. I think it's great for the game. Count my blessings every night that he ended up coming to us.
I was just going to say, you still pitch yourself then that this really happened?
It's pretty remarkable, and love having him here, and just how he's integrated in the clubhouse. I couldn't ask for anything more, and how Mike and Albert and Simba and guys, and Luis Valbuena and everybody, Cozart just kind of put their arms around him. Been pretty cool to see.
Nice. All right, listen, we know it's been a busy couple of months for you, and the culmination of the draft today with the 40th round finally selected. Now it's getting those guys signed and into the system and get it going. We appreciate your time as always, Billy.
Absolutely.
And your candor. I mean, you're about as straightforward a GM as we've ever been around, so we certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, very good. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right, man. We'll
always.
see you guys. All right,
thanks, bud.
Later, guys.
You got it. A couple of them on with 2 outs here. No scored. Valbuena doubled in the second with an opportunity to give the Angels a lead.
He's the best. I'll tell you what he does. He just loves the game. You can tell he loves the scouting part of the game, developing part of the game.
Runners go. Valbuena looked like he went around, and Jerry Meals kind of half-heartedly points at him and rings him up as opposed to asking for help on it. I thought he went around, but it's a strikeout. The Angels will leave 2 more men on base.
Yeah, he crossed the plate on that one.
for only $48. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the fun pack, just go to angels.com/fun
pack.
Fun pack.
That was fun with Billy Epler.
Yeah. And it didn't cost us $48. Fourth inning, no score. Moustakas, Perez, Soler for Kansas City. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed for Shohei. Coming off a 1-2-3 third. First time tonight he's retired the side in order. Moustakas hits one past Kinsler into right field. It's a leadoff single. First pitch fastball. Moustakas has been on board twice.
See that location of that fastball right down the heart of the plate at 94. Kinsler almost got to that baseball, but that was rocketed by Moustakas. Former Gold Glove winner.
Soler with a double into the left field corner, leading off the second. 1 for 1. Line to short. Kozart's got it. No play to first. 1 down. That ball was squared up. I said Soler. It's actually Soler coming up. That was Salvador Perez that just hit that ball. Perez now 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play in the first.
Almost lined into a double play there. That was hit so hard. Moustakas couldn't get far enough off the base.
Ball Perez just hit off 109 miles per hour off the bat. Double as Soler hit leading off the second, 17th of the year.
And we've seen over the years Kansas City has always hit a fastball well.
Good pitch. Nice to know that in Japan, that in a pinch you could always put Shohei at shortstop.
Yeah. Well, you can tell this the way he fields the baseball, how he gets himself in position, a good throwing position when he fields the ball.
Popped him up, shallow left. Kozart going out. Upton coming in. Kozart calling for it. 2 outs.
See Shohei just making some motions as far as where you want to throw that pitch. And you'll see that whether it's you tell you keep your front shoulder in, or that in that case right there for Ohtani, keep your elbow in position. See, follow through. Didn't feel like he followed through on that pitch. And the interesting thing with Shohei Ohtani, even in between innings, we'll immediately go over with Ipe, his interpreter, and Martin Maldonado, and they'll discuss what they did well and what they need to work on in between innings.
Maldonado can't corral that one. Moustakas ends up at second base. 2-0 count on Gordon.
That splitter didn't stay on top of the baseball there. Anticipated being down. And a few pitches ago, that slider we're talking about, when Maldonado is telling him what he's supposed to be doing. Get on top of that. Don't let that front shoulder fly open. Keep that elbow, shoulder, front one tucked in well, and get on top of that breaking ball.
Pass ball charge to Maldonado. 2-0. Gordon takes outside 3-0. Gordon broke his bat and hit a bouncer back to Ohtani to second. 0 for 1. Gordon grounds one to the right side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. So that pass ball comes back to haunt. 1-0 Kansas City. Gordon with his 12th RBI.
Goes with a fastball, upper part of the strike zone, and Gordon has went up and brought barrel the bat through and gets it through the hole. Well, in a game like this, with both pitchers pitching well, there's little mistakes here or there, the difference.
Yep. 7th pass ball of the season for Maldonado. Here's Hunter Dozier, struck out his first time up.
Nice good hard slider there.
Glancing back at the landing area.
Again, just watch it from our angle up here, Victor. That front shoulder flying open real quick. And that's what Maldonado pointed to him earlier in this inning. And you'll do that a little bit more with your slider or breaking ball than you will with your fastball.
Not a big lead for Gordon at first. An overthrown fastball there.
Again, when you look at that front shoulder right here for Shohei Ohtani, how quickly that's opened up right there for him. Generally, he'll keep that tucked in a little bit more so. Give him a better chance to be consistent in the strike. So you see the frustration as he delivered that pitch.
Three-one count. It's frustrating as a pitcher when you know what it is that you're doing wrong. And you think you're doing what's best to correct it, but you can't get back on track. Three-one and a walk.
Again, falling off once again with that front shoulder flying open. Might have a visit here.
Comes Nagy. Again, love to have that pass ball back, because it would have kept Moustakas at first pitch and 2 outs. A base hit by Gordon. Have runners at first and second. A little different feel to it in a 0-0 game, but now it's 1-0 Kansas City. 2 on with 2 outs.
Big moment in this game, especially consider the Angels have missed a couple opportunities to score, and Kansas City cashes in on a mistake.
Ryan Goins takes ball 1. Hits a smash up the middle that was gloved by Shohei.
17 batters faces. 8 times he's got ahead of the count. 0-1.
18th pitch of the inning in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes.
Six times in this game for Shohei Ohtani. He's been behind in the count 2-0.
Put him in a fastball type count here. 2-0 pitch. He misses 3-0. Can't find the strike zone all of a sudden.
We've seen the Royals a couple times already swinging in this count.
Back-to-back walks. They're loaded up.
Abraham Almonte will be swinging here first pitch. Got to be a well-located fastball.
Almonte struck out to end the start the 3rd inning. He fouls the first one back. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks for Shohei. 4 hits allowed, 2 in this inning. Gordon at 3rd. Dozier at 2nd. Goins at 1st. 1-0. We're in the 4th. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitches overall, 22 so far here in the 4th. Most he's thrown in any 1 inning.
It's a pretty good pitch right there.
Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Almonte. Maldonado touches the plate on the 4th shot of the strikeout. Royals get just 1 as they leave them loaded. Halos play from behind. deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., take your mouth to Memphis, the call of Carl's. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers.
And the one thing you wanted to see in that quick conversation, we talked about that for Shohei Ohtani once he got back to the dugout with Mike Scioscia, Charles Nagy, Ippei, and Shohei Ohtani. Just checking in to see what's going on with him right now as far as the mechanics of his follow-through on his pitches. That was a real good split he threw to finish off the inning to limit the damage. But again, he does that quite a bit. Said he leaned into that one.
Mike Scioscia is going to come out and get an explanation from Jerry Meals. Meals is the crew chief.
You don't see that too often in the major leagues. I have seen it quite a bit in high school. Knuckle curve. The thing is, he didn't lean that over the plate. It's out of the strike zone. And I think that's what Mike Scioscia is saying to Jerry Meals right there. It wasn't as if he leaned out over the plate. It's a ball.
One ball, no strikes. Maldonado with a base hit in the second inning is 1 for 1. Foul back just above us. Kennedy at 68 pitches. He has struck out 4, walked 1, and allowed 4 hits. Hales has stranded 5. With the bases loaded in the second, 2 on in the third. Out toward left field. That jam. Gordon is there. 1 down.
He's done a pretty good job, Kennedy, so far in this game to be able to get that fastball in on the hands.
Comes Chris Young, who walked in the second inning. At that point, loaded the bases with 1 out. Coward struck out. Hermosillo, dribbler on a check swing up the line that Kennedy made the play on.
Chris Young just 1 for 4 in his career versus Kennedy. That 1 hit, though, a home run.
Breaking ball off the end of the bat. That's going to fall in for a base hit. As good as Gordon is at covering ground out left field, that one just perfectly placed.
So amazing how that transition, how well he did to go from third base to left field. Another knuckle curve towards the end of the bat and placed perfectly into left field for a base hit. Now 2 for 5 in his career versus Kennedy.
Caleb Coward 0 for 1 with a punch out.
One thing a lot of times when you have your hands out there as a hitter, you have a tendency to bring the hands in, so you have to be super quick on pitches inside, and that's what Kennedy's trying to do. Pitch
Caleb inside. See his hands out there, and then he brings them in at the last second, but it has to be quick on the fastballs in.
Sky to right, not very deep. Some layer coming in. 2 outs.
Now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Like Hermosillo last night. At first, Chris Young. At third, stops, draws a throw, and quickly as he sees that, reads that, Chris Young is able to score on that play, the only run of the game. Does not get credit with a stolen base, but still that was textbook as far as running as quick as possible to draw the throw. Hermosillo did good and stop. As soon as that throw got to second, Chris Young scores the only run of the game.
And we'll see it. Hits one sharply to short. Escobar's got it. They'll go the short way and they'll force out Young for the 3rd out. 4 complete here at the Big A. Kansas City's up 1-0.
As far as the fastest fastballs for starting pitchers this season. For the top, and then the last one with Garrett Cole, but 101.1, 101. And the trainer coming out right now as we're talking about those pitches for Shohei Ohtani. You might see Jim Johnson in this game now as he's following through those pitches.
That looks like blister written all over it, the way they're looking at the hand. That's it for Ohtani. 66 pitches tonight. So we're going to have ourselves a pitching change here in the 5th inning. And we're going to step away for a moment. Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. By McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app today for great deals. And by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels Baseball.
Top of the fifth inning, Kansas City's up 1-0. Shohei Ohtani removed from this game, and Jim Johnson replaces him. It'll be Johnson's 31st appearance, 2-2 with a 3.73 ERA. 29 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 31+ innings. Top of the order, Merrifield, Escobar, and Moustakas. Jim pitched on Monday against Kansas City, went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits. His 5 batters, had 1 strikeout. With Merrifield, 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to center.
Average fastball today, by the way, Victor, for Shohei Ohtani, 96.1. It has been a little bit over 97 on the average fastball. Still pretty firm. And what we've seen from Shohei Ohtani as the game progresses, that's when he picks up that extra mile or 2, or 3 as the game progresses, up to 101.1.
Hanging breaking ball, Merrifield on a 1-2 count, picks up a leadoff single. Two-hit game for Merrifield. Here's Al City's Escobar, hitless tonight, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to center.
You see Merrifield on the move at some point here. He's got 14 stolen bases.
.34 bases a season ago. He's off to a big lead. 1-0. Leaning a little bit there.
Johnson with quick footwork there. Escobar 2 for 6 in his career versus Johnson. Hit and run can always be put on also.
There he goes. The throw down to second. A good one and easily gone down. What a throw by Martin Maldonado. 1 down.
Talk about getting a lot on the throw. Quick pop time. They're going to take a look at that. Certainly the throw.
I was going to say, well, look at his hand going into the glove. And that's a perfect throw. Look at this.
That's right on the base and the slide right into the glove. He maybe tried to take the baseball out of the glove.
Yeah, I just want to.
He tried to take it out.
I want to confirm Witt slid right into the glove, please. 1-1 pitch.
Go old school, just take it out of the glove.
To Hopper to Cozart. Or slap it out of the glove. Yes. That's happened before. Let's go back to the Shohei Ohtani situation. As Shohei's warming up. Maldonado calling for Socha, the trainer. Shohei trying to play it off like he wanted to stay in. Everybody comes out. Moustakas takes a little bit high.
And how important is that great effort by Andrew Heaney last night? Complete game, gives the bullpen a little bit of rest because it's going to be needed today and the off day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So everyone available.
Moustakas on board twice tonight with a walk in the first, singled, and scored in the fourth. Two and one. Once we hear from the Angels side of things, we'll certainly pass along the information on Shohei. Moustakas swinging a miss, gets out of the glove of Maldonado. Third down, the first to complete the strikeout. Nothing happened for Kansas City here in the fifth. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 1-0 Royals. Take a look at the Shohei Ohtani meeting at the mound. You see him with the hand, and that's when everyone started looking down. That's why we believe, especially with the command issues he had in the fourth inning, that more than likely, remember he had the blister issue earlier this year, and didn't affect him from an offensive standpoint, but certainly from a throwing baseball standpoint.
Well, when you think about it, all those secondary pitches he throws a lot of them. A lot of those times, there's a lot of pressure on that middle finger when it goes on the seams, whether it's a slider, pulling off the splitter, and even his curveball for that matter.
Top of the order, Kinsler, Cozart, and Trout. Ian rips one into the left field corner. Gordon over to try to cut it off. Will do so. He'll plant fire to second base. Kinsler racing in, and it's a leadoff double. You never know with Gordon.
Yeah, he played it about as well as you can. It got a lot on that throw, but that's the wise decision for Kinsler to try to get into scoring position. Pick up his 11th double. Great numbers career-wise against Kennedy. Lines this one down in the corner. Gordon cuts it off. Tries to get a lot on that throw. Plants, pushes off the wall. Kinsler slides in. He's cutting that angle, making sure it's a shorter line to that base, slides in scoring position.
Corner infield playing in just in case Cozart drops the bunt. Zach's 1 for 2 with the base at the left. Breaking ball out toward right center field, slicing away from Whit Merrifield, not going to get there. It goes off the wall. Kinsler's going to be waved around. Cozart will stop at second. We're tied at 1 on the Cozart RBI double.
Just ordered a double-double there. Tied it up. And the important thing for Kinsler, he has to make sure that baseball is down. He's going to go back and tag up. Merrifield almost got to that, playing second base the first 2 games, now in center. Again, another one of those curveballs. It's upstairs, and he stays back on it well. Let that baseball travel a little bit deeper, and look what his approach was, to hit the ball to that right side of the field, and hits a double to right center field. Driving in a run, 13th double, 18th RBI for Cozart.
First RBI since May the 20th for Zach. Nobody out. Man in scoring position. Here's Trout. Good rip at a fastball.
Even go back to that swing for Cozart. His thought process was to hit the ball to that right side of the infield. And he's rewarded with a perfect swing and picks up a double. I think a lot of times you see for hitters, especially when you're trying to get back, hit the ball hard, let that baseball travel a little bit deeper and go to that middle of the field. You wonder right now if Kennedy will not try to throw a fastball in on Trout. 2 reasons why you try to do that. If he makes contact, he'll hit it that left side of the infield. Trout's looking to drive something with the barrel.
Off the plate.
See, for me, that's the pitch where Trout has a real good chance of hitting that baseball if it's close to the plate. Unless he's setting him up with a pitch well off the plate, they come back inside. You see Salvador Perez looking at Trout.
Back-to-back doubles. The 1-2 to Trout. Breaking ball gets away. Cozart is going to take third base on the wild pitch. Good read by Zach.
Because that baseball didn't get that far away from Salvador Perez. A good secondary lead on his toes, and then goes on that wild pitch. See their secondary lead on the toes, and goes. Good read. Going to force the infield in, which I'm sure they're real happy about doing that against Trout. So come on, Salvi, can you keep that baseball closer to you?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Upton on deck. The pitch. Upstairs, trying to get him a chase. Full boat. The 5th full count that Kennedy has had on the night. 3-2, and he walked him. Second free pass issued by the righty. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
That's good patience there for Trout. You're thinking in terms of they're not going to give in and throw him a strike. The Trout didn't expand the strike zone, and now gives Justin Upton a chance here with 2 on.
It's the 52nd walk that Trout has picked up this year.
Yeah, you can see Kennedy was trying to get him to swing, especially after a couple good takes. He was going to make Trout swing at something that was not in the strike zone. Trout very patient as usual.
Cal Eldred, the pitching coach, out. A lot of movement in the Royals pen, but nobody's loosening as of yet.
Upton with 7 hits in the series so far.
1 for 2 tonight with a single and a strikeout. Infield halfway. Play the infield like this, you take a shot if you're Trout.
Yeah, it's not easy to steal against Kennedy and Perez, that combination. But Trout, 13 stolen bases on the season, might take a shot at it.
Want to know. And Whit Merrifield plays a deep center field. Gordon, as usual, pretty much straight up, or a couple steps in and left. Soler deep and right. Cozart standing at third, Trout at first.
Yeah, Gordon's always played a pretty shallow left. He trusts his ability to go back on the baseball.
One-0 pitch. Breaking ball, hammered foul. Just out in front of it.
Starting to leave a couple of those curveballs up.
'86 pitches so far. One off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Halos with 7 hits. Kansas City with 5. Two on. Into the dugout.
Change up. Ian Kennedy has a good changeup. He sells it well, just like his fastball. It's about 7-8 miles differential in the speed of those 2 pitches. And then a lot of times they'll back up that changeup. They'll try to run that fastball upstairs.
Pride of La Quinta High School and USC. Yankees first round pick in '06. Now the 2-2. And he strikes up and out. 1 away.
Thought come back with a fastball. Located perfectly on that one. Especially after a changeup pitch before. Runs that fastball upper part of the strike zone.
So it's Valbuena at the plate. Well, he's a double into the right field corner of the second, struck out in the third. Infield back now at normal double play depth. Outside. Halos now 2 for 6 with men in scoring position. One of those hits did not bring home a run. It was a base hit to left, and they'd have a base runner stop at third. To an out. Everything a final in Major League Baseball other than this one. Texas beat Oakland 8-2. Houston defeated Seattle 7-5. The Astros pick up a game. Angels with an opportunity to do the same. Two-0. Lays off.
Valbuena will have the green light here. Maldonado on deck. That doesn't necessarily mean that Kennedy's going to challenge him with the pitch in the strike zone, though.
Walked him. Bases loaded.
And the reason why I say that, there still was an open base, even though that open base was second.
Barlow getting ready. 93 pitches for Kennedy now.
I think it's one of those important times for Martín Maldonado to think in terms of trying to get one of those four-seam fastballs out over the plate and hit towards right center field.
Did a nice job on a 3-2 breaking ball in the second inning and shooting a base hit to left center. Lifted one to left in the fourth. First pitch, he's hacking at it, fouls it back. Good rip. Oh, 1 count. Cozart at third, Trout at second. Valbuena at first. 1-1 game. Breaking ball popped up on the infield. High hole plate. 2 outs. Young, a walk and a single, has been on board twice. Hale's in jeopardy of getting no runs in for the second time tonight with the bases loaded, 1 out. They did that in the second inning. It's up to Young to prevent that from happening. Oh, 0-1.
And we talked about success for hitters against Kennedy in that first or second pitch of an at-bat. That fastball right there is a good spot for Chris Young to hit that ball hard, middle part of the field. It's a pretty good changeup. Sells that one very well. He's got good sinking action on the changeup.
Cam Bedrosian looking on. One, 2-1.
What we've seen though from Kennedy, he'll throw his changeup, even though 2-1 count with the bases loaded. If it's not in the strike zone, he'll be in trouble. He has thrown that quite a bit in fastball counts.
Popped him up. The Angels, for the second time tonight, will leave them loaded. They do tie it up. We'll head to the 6th inning, a 1-1 game.
Photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Tied at 1 here at the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on for the Angels. Cam Bedrosian replaces Jim Johnson. This pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. It'll be Bedrosian's 30th outing of the season. 2-1 with a 4.62 ERA. 19 strikeouts, 12 walks, and 25+ innings of work. He pitched Monday against the Royals and faced 3 batters. Ian Kennedy more than likely done, slithering through. a couple of times with the bases loaded, 1 out. The Angels have stranded 9 over the last 4 innings. And are 2 for 8 with men in scoring position. Actually, really, with no runs coming in, 1 for 8 with that 1 base hit. Perez, Soler, Gordon, first pitch outside. Jim Johnson, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Perez, double play ball in the first inning, lined down in the 4th.
So 3 straight breaking balls to Perez from Cam Bedrosian.
Ground ball is short. Another one.
That was a great spot and located breaking ball from Cam Bedrosian. From that a perfect spot after establishing you could throw a strike with it, you get Perez to expand a little bit off the outside corner towards the end of the bat. Soft contact, first out.
Soler doubled in the 2nd inning, popped out to Cozart in the 4th. One ball, 1 strike. Kansas City with a run on 5 hits. They've stranded 5. The Angels will run on 7 hits and left 9 on base. The Angels come back up in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'll have Cowart, Hermosillo, and Kinsler due up. Ground ball toward the hole. Cozart plants. High throw, and the foot comes off the base, and Soler clips Valbuena. Angels already without Simmons on the DL now. Pujols dealing with a sore knee, and Valbuena now grabbing that ankle. Should have been a routine 2nd out of the inning.
A high throw over the first base. See, kicked right at the foot as he's stretching out.
Didn't step on him, kicked it more so. That foot's coming down that ankle or Achilles there. That's not good.
That's trouble.
I think just kicked the back of it.
Trying to walk it off.
And credited with a base hit is Jorge Soler.
Once Mike Scioscia off the field now.
So Gordon will come to the play with a man on. 1 out. Gordon looks at a strike. Royals left fielder had an RBI single to the fourth. Kept his 12th run batted into the season.
Soler could run a little bit. 3 stolen bases, caught once.
One and two.
Good spot on that fastball. Firm 94 from Kim.
Gordon doing a little Jason Kipnis with the batting stance. The hands out. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Doesn't lay the bat as flat as Kipnis did. Soler over at first base, a 1-out single.
The Angels have turned the most double plays this season in the American League. 1 today.
2-2. Not a big lead for Soler at first base. 2-2 now. Down goes Gordon. 2 outs.
Break a ball. Sharp break to it. 12-6. His curve.
Hunter Dozier, the first baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Dozier, first round pick in 2013 out of Stephen F. Austin. 6-year-old. And now a meeting between Maldonado and Pedrosian. Jose Alvarez begins to loosen. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. And the Angels confirming what we had suspected about Shohei Ohtani leaving the game today with the blister on his middle finger. I think that's what they said.
We've seen that now, what, a couple times. One game against Boston. You can see right there pointing to that middle finger, the blister there. And what we saw against Boston also, the command was not there on all his pitches, really. He still threw some pretty good sliders, and that last pitch he threw was a very good splitter, but for the most part, it's more of an aggravating thing, too, with the blister on your finger. And we talked about it in between innings, about because of the length of time in between his starts, it's very difficult to build that callus on your pitching hand, on the finger. He had that stretch, what, 10 days or 9 days in between a start. Now 7 once again. He does throw a couple bullpens.
And they're only gorilla in name only.
Yeah, no.
They're not max effort bullpens.
Yeah, they're not power bullpens. It's a feel for the incline of the mound on all his pitches. But you can pretty much tell when you see for Shohei when there may be an issue with the blister as far as command, because he's pretty much around the strike zone, and his fastball is firm. Mentioned about 96.1 his average fastball today, so down a bit. Didn't throw as many curveballs too, because that's going to put a lot of friction on your middle finger with the seam of the baseball when you throw a curveball.
One-two. Down goes Dozier. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bedrosian. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game.
On that middle finger. When you talk about the seams of the baseball, it's right here where you put that pressure, especially on a curveball. You come through like this, and that finger on the seam, same thing with a slider, even the splitter is going to be on those seams in which you come through the baseball like that, Victor, and put a lot of pressure on that middle finger as far as the seam.
I'd love to talk, but I think Cracker Jacks in my throat right now.
Yeah,
between innings.
It's all about the friction on that seam as far as the breaking ball too. I think that's where you always see that when a lot of times in spring training you'll be able to build a callus, especially when you throw in a slider and a breaking ball. You see on top, you see how he's able to get on top and create that spin on a slider. It's all because of that pressure you put on that middle finger on that seam to be able to create that good sharp break to a slider, as we call that spin rate. And he was well over 2,500 with his spin rate this evening.
It was an incredible demo, Gooby.
Yes,
nice job, bro. Nice job.
It was so good I made you choke up on it, didn't I?
That's exactly what it was. Scott Barlow takes over for Ian Kennedy here in the 6th inning. That's what I get for trying to eat some Cracker Jacks.
Well, it is important in a baseball game. That's almost mandatory.
Couldn't find the little sticker surprise.
Coward launching one out to right center field. Soler moving over, not going to get there. It'll one-hop the fence. Caleb with good wheels will stop right there. It's a leadoff double.
That's a good swing. It has to make Caleb feel real good about an approach there. Talk about keeping his hands in after he has those hands set up, and he drives that for a double. Like Trout liking that swing from Caleb Coward.
His first hit of the season.
See how he was able to bring his hands inside. He's able to get that barrel of the bat. Hands are out, bring the hands in, and then turn on it. Quick through the baseball, and that swing right there for Caleb Coward. So they tried to run that one down, unable to do so. Kansas City anticipating a bunt here. Macio not squaring around.
Michael 0 for 2. Fielder's choice his last time up. Pops it up. One out. Two for 9 now with men in scoring position. Here's Kinsler, led off the 5th with a double. He's 1 for 3.
Barlow's fastball is 88-93 with a curveball, slider, which you just saw, and changeup.
One-0.
That fastball called a strike. It looked like a little bit off the corner. And Kinsler not liking that call by Jerry Meals.
Been a pretty consistent strike zone for Jerry Meals tonight.
Barlow throws well over 50%, something off speed on a 1-1 count to a right-handed batter.
Kinsler drives one out to deep left field. Gordon racing back, is at the wall. Gone!
Big fly for Ian Kinsler. Halos on top, 3-1.
Boy, as much as we talk about Trout and Pujols, the numbers against Kansas City in their careers, Ian Kinsler now 24 career home runs against Kansas City. It's our top tier play. Brought to you by Arco. Stays upstairs with a pitch. It brings his hands in and lifts that baseball out. 2 extra base hits in a game for Kinsler against a team he swings the bat so well against. A double, now a 2-run home run.
Zach Kozar with a couple of hits tonight. Fourth home run over the last 9 games for Kinsler.
It's amazing though, 24 home runs career-wise for Kinsler against Kansas City.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Granted, you play a lot of those games, especially with Detroit in the same division. Still impressive numbers.
Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Barlow, a Dodger 6th round pick in 2011 at Golden Valley High School in Santa Clarita. 25-year-old. Bouncer off of Barlow, ricochets toward the foul line. He recovers, 2 outs.
Back up the middle, off the leg, recovers well, under control, fields it, flips it over to get Kozart. That was a good swing by Kozart.
It's out to check Barlow, make sure he's all right. Trout hitless tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Doesn't do it often as far as swinging the first pitch, but generally a lot of success when he makes contact on that first pitch. He was looking fastball, got it, just missed it.
Oh, 2 to Mike. Overthrown breaking ball.
Real good swings again tonight for Kinsler.
multi-hit game.
All of a sudden now with 17 extra base hits on the season.
1-2. Trout strikes out on a high fastball, and that'll do it for the Angels. But double by Coward leads things off, and then Kinsler brings him home with his 6th home run of the season, giving the Angels a 3-1 lead.
He's able to bring his hands inside that fastball, didn't quite get it in far enough.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Buy Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box.
We start the 7th with the Angels on top 3-1. The new pitcher on for the Halos, it is Jose Alvarez, replacing Cam Bedrosian. Kinsler giving the Angels the 2-run cushion here in the 7th inning with that blast to left field. That ball was covered. Alvarez pitching in his 31st game, 2-2 mark and a 2.42 earned run average, 27 punch outs, 6 walks in 26 innings. He's got Goins, Almonte, and Merrifield. 8-1 for the Royals. Brian Goins 0 for 1. Bouncer back to the mound and a walk. One ball, one strike.
Good spot again, 92. It's his 4th game versus Kansas City this season for Jose Alvarez. 16th overall, pretty solid ERA, 3.60 against Kansas City for Alvarez.
Two balls, two strikes. Halos without Andrelton Simmons, 10-day DL with a grade 2 sprain to the right ankle. Pujols dealing with a sore knee. Ohtani leaving tonight's start after 4 innings with a blister on his right middle finger.
Off day tomorrow should help a little bit. Albert says it more than likely to be back in the lineup on Friday.
Halos have the overnight flight to Minneapolis. Enjoy the off day. Use that term loosely. Enjoy. Sleep through the off day. Start a 3-game set against the Twins on Friday night. Down goes Goins. 1 out.
Got really good behind that pitch. Good balance. Fastball 93 right on that outside corner. Hitter looking potentially for the break ball from Alvarez. Gets the express instead.
Almonte spins around to hit from the right side for the first time. His 2 tries from the left side did not work out well for him. 2 strikeouts, both swinging. And both against Ohtani. As a matter of fact, he was the last batter that Ohtani faced in this game. And it was a bases loaded strikeout to end the 4th. He's behind in the count at 0-2. Justin Anderson loosening. Try to go off speed.
That's a good spot though. See if he can chase that pitch.
She can go fastball away.
Yep.
In that same plane, right?
Exactly. And more than likely he's going to be swinging at it, so you have to be right on that right side of the infield if he's making contact at all on that pitch.
Turned it over.
That's 4 straight strikeouts for the bullpen against the Royals, a team that doesn't necessarily strike out a whole lot. Real good changeup. Very little rotation, run down and away. See the grip, circle changeup.
Turn it over and just let that ball just explode out of the strike zone. Whit Merrifield. With John Jay traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, Merrifield gets a start at center. 2 hits tonight, 2 for 3 overall. And almost made a nice running play. And the ball that Cozart hit, the double in the 5th inning, eventually led to a run as this one's fouled off to the right.
Really not easy when you think about 2 games in a row playing second base. So you're constantly working on playing second, turning double plays, reading to the glove side, the backhand, then all of a sudden you're in center field and trying to track a baseball as it's running away from you into the gap.
One one, just off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bouncer toward third. Caleb is there.
That is a strong throwing arm at third base. Another leadoff double by Cowart. Comes in and finishes off this inning on a ground ball to third. Nice job by Jose Alvarez. Angels up 3-1.
live at over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event is just 8 days away right here on Fox and FS1. Justin Upton to lead things off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 7th. He'll be followed by Luis Valbuena and then Martin Maldonado. Barlow, who pitched the 6th, is back out for the 7th. Justin 1 for 3, a single and a couple of strikeouts. Two balls, no strikes.
Upton will be swinging for sure here, 3-0. Had a great series so far.
Hammers one out toward the left field corner. Alex Gordon racing back. He's going to watch this one go. Big fly for Justin Upton. 14th of the season on a 3-0 pitch. 4-1 Halos.
That is a very special green light special there. 3-0 home run. Another multi-hit game for Justin Upton. The green light, and that's what you want to do. You get a fastball middle of the plate, and Justin Upton now 14th home run of the season. Created a tremendous launch angle. Drives that one out the left, way out. 3 home runs in the last 4 games for Justin Upton. That hand finally healthy again after being hit by a pitch in the hand and the forearm. Launch angle, 33-degree launch angle on that one. Able to lift that one out, way out to left.
Valbuena the double, strikeout and a walk. 10 hits tonight for the Angels. A 4-pitch walk. Second walk picked up by Luis.
That's a 10th home run the Angels have hit against Kansas City this season. Kansas City has now allowed 92 home runs. That's the most in the American League.
Well, we said when the Angels finished that series last week at Detroit, going 4-6 on a just completed road trip, that they needed to turn things around in the 6-game homestand. They took 2 of 3 from Texas, easily could have taken all 3 games, as this one's out towards center field. Chasing Merrifield back. It's going to stay in the yard though for out number 1. And on the verge here of taking the 3 here against Kansas City.
You knew at some point they were going to start swinging the bats. And Justin Upton has really been swinging the bat here, especially against Kansas City.
Well, now it's with, especially with Simmons out, who's been so consistent all season long. You know, it's other guys that need to step up. Zach Kozar with a couple of hits tonight. Kinsler with 2 extra base hits, including the home run. Caleb Cower with a double. I think that's when you figure out really what you're made of, when you take a prime player out of your lineup and have the rest of the guys step up, or have role players come in and step in, fill the void. Look at Seattle, what they've done without Robinson Cano. Last year for the Angels, when Trout went down on May 28th, not a considerable amount of time, it was Yunel Escobar stepped up Andrelton Simmons had a good run. Cole Calhoun had 7 home runs, 25 runs batted in, and hit 284 during the stretch that Trout was out. And that's why the Angels were able to sustain and deal with that until Mike came back in mid-July. The hope, of course, that Simmons is just out for a short period of time, just 10 days, and he comes back and doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He said he anticipates being back close to that 10 days, and he's just upset that he's not out there playing right now. That's typical Andrelton Simmons. He wants to play every single day. By the way, Justin Upton, 14 for 26 against Kansas City this season.
Watch out.
With 3 home runs.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
5 of the 6 game multi-hit games. There's Justin.
Down goes Young for out number 2. Here comes Caleb Coward. Coward a double to start the 6th inning. 1 for 3 tonight. Double for Caleb, his first hit with the Angels this season. His big league hit. Ground ball. That's into the shift. Goins has it. Angels done here in the 7th. They had a run though. Justin Upton, his 14th home run of the season, 39th RBI as we head to the 8th. Angels on top 4-1.
Hold down this 4-1 lead for the Angels over the Royals. Top of the 8th we go with Jose Mota. I'm Patrick O'Neill, reminding everybody to hopefully stick around for Angels Live Post, brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. We saw Ohtani leave the game with a blister, but also saw Kinsler and Upton go deep.
Here's one thing we know. Shohei Ohtani has dealt with this again in Japan. Happened here with Boston Red Sox, and you never want to see a guy like Ohtani have to leave the mound under these circumstances, but he bounced back. The Angels do have 3 off days in the next 14 days in order to accommodate Ohtani, but yes, he was accommodated too by one Ian Kinsler. That's
nice.
24 career home runs against the Kansas City Royals, and the Angels now up to their bullpen, hoping to get this done here quite soon.
Good look at Upton right there, man. He's swinging a hot bat. Let's go back inside to Victor and Mark. Guys, one thing we'll talk about is maybe this 9% increase in the seams of the baseball causing this blister epidemic in baseball.
Hey, run away with it, Patrick. You could do that in the postgame show, pal. I think it's a great topic.
There is definitely some conversation about that as far as the baseball now.
2, 3, and 4 for Kansas City. Justin Anderson on the mound. And he drops the slider in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Justin's 19th big league game. 1-1 with a 2.89 ERA. Picked up the save the other day. 26 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 18+ innings. City's Escobar 0 for 3.
Good slider there. One thing about Justin Anderson, he's been able to change speed with his breaking ball.
Two. Missed upstairs. There are times where Justin gets too quick with that slider and or overthrows it. It's a good enough breaking ball and has enough bite. When he does it, he doesn't have to muscle up on it.
Kind of forces it sometimes just to have a little bit more as far as velocity and spin on it.
Out toward left center field. Long run for Trout. And Upton. Trout calling for it. Makes the catch, 1 down.
Real good communication, especially late.
Hey folks, celebrate Christmas in June with your Angels on Friday, June 22nd, as they take on the Toronto Blue Jays at 7:07 and receive that Jolly Trout Nutcracker while supplies last. For more information on the Trout Nutcracker, courtesy of Old Dominion, go to angels.com.
How did you make that happen right there? A fly ball right to Trout as he was doing that, communicating with Chris Young.
Magic of TV.
Yes.
Yeah. The Jolly Nutcracker. You going with Jolly there? You like that?
Yeah, Jolly.
Jolly. I guess if you're the Nutcracker, you would be Jolly.
Yes.
If you're the Nut, not so much.
No. That's it for you.
That's it for you.
Hey.
Old St. Nick is in the house. It's a great beard.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. We're getting you ready for
the next
homestand. Halfway to Christmas?
Yes. Almost halfway to Christmas. Perfect.
Almost halfway to Christmas. It's almost halfway to something every day, isn't it?
Well, you know me and Christmas. I can't wait.
Don't worry, folks. We are in the planning stages of our Christmas outfits.
Yes.
Three balls and a strike on Moustakas, who's walked, singled, and struck out. And a walk. Man on for Salvador Perez.
Catcher number 13, Salvador Perez.
Six hits for Kansas City. They've stranded 6. The Angels with 10 hits have left 10 on base, but it's the Angels up 4-1 in the 8th. Shohei Ohtani removed from the game after 4 innings due to a blister in his right middle finger. Check swing did not go. Jim Johnson 1 scoreless. Bedrosian 1 scoreless with 2 strikeouts. Alvarez 1 scoreless with 2 strikeouts.
Well, how important was that complete game shutout last night for Andrew Heaney? Give the bullpen a little bit of a breather.
the lower part of the strike zone, not called a strike there.
Charles Nagy out to pay a visit after a walk to Moustakis and follow behind 2-0. And a fastball count too. A pretty good fastball hitter in Perez. This is low, 3-0. Total pitches thrown by Anderson, 10 balls, 4 strikes. And back-to-back walks. You don't want anything to mess around with this game. Last thing you want to do is start gifting base runners as Nagy gets on the horn.
Number 12, Jorge Soler.
Quick look back. Middle infielders, who's going to have coverage in case ground balls hit back to Anderson.
That was a little mad Hungarian like Al Hraboski. Spun around.
Yes.
Soler with a couple of hits takes a little bit high. That was a strike though.
Yeah, so low slider was not called for a strike. Then the high slider was not called for a strike.
But when you're all over the map, command wise, you can get the borderline pitches. Blake Parker, you start playing catch now, you can crank it up. 1-0. 1-1. Soler doubled in the second inning, singled in the sixth. One. Good slider.
Good slider there. Much better than the first two to Soler.
There's Parker. Down goes Soler. Hard slider. 2 outs.
That slider was excellent. That had some serious spin to that one as he stayed on top of it, especially ahead of the count. Made him swing at a non-strike. That is your goal. Especially head. Spins that one off the outside corner for a swing and miss.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-2. Gord 1 for 3, an RBI single in the fourth.
Trying to get him to chase that one down in the ground. That's a pretty good one, especially 0-2. Good block from Maldonado.
Moustakas at second, Perez at first. A 4-1 Angels lead here in the 8th with 2 outs. One-two. Fouled off. Threw that one behind him. They might have a play at second, maybe third, and out at third base. I thought for sure they had him out at second base, and Salvador Perez, and Ned Yost is going to have a look at it. That ball caromed right back to Maldonado.
I don't know how that baseball didn't hit Gordon to begin with. Yeah, he's got his hand in there. I think they're going to win this challenge.
Did he come off the base, though? And nope, he kept that on there.
I think it's going to be overruled here.
The trail runner was Salvador Perez, and he was chugging along. That's why I thought the throw was going to go down that way, and they are going to challenge it. This should get overturned. That was Ed Hickox, the third base umpire, who made the call. But I agree with you. I don't know how Gordon got away from that one.
Right behind him. Karam's quickly back. And a firm throw to third. That's just a pretty good slide by Moustakas.
Yep. Really good slide.
Almost that swim slide, and Trout's over there talking to him and said, hey, you did pretty good with that. And you can't throw it any better than he did. See, they're avoiding that, bringing that left arm back, make a longer tag.
There's no doubt that the hand got there. The question is if he keeps the hand on the base, and it looks like he did. I mean, Ed Hickox is right all over it.
Yeah. Didn't seem like his hand ever came off the base.
I didn't see it come off the base. Tough to tell. The leg was kind of blocking it, but just we'll see what happens. I think it'll get overturned, and it is. Really good slide by Moustakas on that outfield side.
Moustakas say, what? My hand was never off the base.
Second and third, wild pitch for Justin Anderson. 2-2 to Gordon. Ground ball right side. Kinsler. Oh, has it go underneath his glove. That'll cost the Angels 2 runs. Thought he had it for a second. Justin Anderson's wild pitch cost the Halos a couple of runs. It's a 1-run lead now, 4-3 here in the 8th. Back-to-back walks doesn't help either with 1 out.
You see this ground ball here. It goes from the dirt into that outfield grass, and it stays low. When you're on that infield, you're going to get a little more of a hop. You see how this stays low as he tries to reach to that baseball and just underneath the glove.
Gordon with 3 RBIs on the night. He stands at first base. One ball, no strikes on Hunter Dozier. Oh, that's the second wild pitch tonight by the Angels. Their 40th of the season. Parker's ready to go. 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. One way or the other, you figure this will be the last batter. 27 pitches thrown by Justin. 16 balls, 11 strikes.
Much better slider there.
Ground ball through the left side, another hit. And with Young playing deep, Gord will take third, so the tying run now 90 feet away. And rough outing for Justin Anderson here in the 8th inning continues. And here comes Mike Scioscia, as Blake Parker will have to enter this game with 2 outs and a couple of men on. And the Angels clinging now to a 1-run lead. A pitching change here at the Big A. We are in the 8th. And manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Justin Anderson, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 1 wild pitch, and he's responsible for both men on base. Gord to third base, the tying run. Hunter Dozier at first, as Blake Parker takes over on the mound. This will be his 29th appearance, 1-1. And a 2.86 ERA with 4 saves under his belt. Ryan Goins, the second baseman, at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, struck out looking in the 7th against Jose Alvarez. 1-0. Two balls, no strikes. Two-0. Catches the corner, barely. 2-1. Goins is the 7th man to come to the plate here in the 8th inning.
look in there too to Mike Soch what play would be put on, and just in case the Royals try to do what the Angels did last night as far as a double steal.
Yes, he did. 2-2.
Definitely went after that pitch, crossing the plate. And there's a quick conversation, the sign from Maldonado. I always believe in this play, you just fake throw to second and quickly readjust and throw to third in case he's off the bag.
Halos in the bottom of the 8th have 9-1-2 due up. Trying to keep it a 1-run lead. 4-3 Halos here in the 8th. Parker's ready. Now the 2-2. Down goes Goins on the splitter. And there's the third out of the inning. 2 runs across for Kansas City. Angels up a run.
For this game today, Agents of Fortune taking advantage of some mistakes, a couple mistake pitches, a couple home runs hit for the Halos tonight. A 4-3 lead here against Kansas City.
Hermosillo cutting through the first one to start this bottom of the 8th inning. He's 0 for 3 tonight.
He was looking
Last
for
time up, popped out.
He was looking for the 3rd home run.
Yeah. Ball and a strike. Texas beat Oakland tonight as far as American League Western Division action. Houston beat Seattle. That's out towards center field. Merrifield there, has to come back in. 1 out.
Ian Kinsler coming to the plate. He's had a good game. It's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. What he did last at bat against Barlow, fastball around back in. Kinsler with a home run to go along with his double. 4th home run last 9 games for Ian Kinsler. 24th career home run against Kansas City.
Home run came with 1 out in the 6th inning. First inning did Barlow pitch. Check swing foul.
That was a fastball. He's seen, now he's throwing Kinsler 2 straight breaking balls. very similar to the fastball he got Trout to swing and miss at. A high fastball. It's not overpowering, but located well.
Breaking ball cued to the left side. Alcides Escobar cuts in front. Nice play by the Royals shortstop. 2 outs.
Yeah, Escobar really gets his body under control when he's got a throw like that. As he's going up towards second base, still able to get enough on it. He's been doing that for a long time, under control and a firm throw, even though he's going away from the throw towards first. Very solid defender at shortstop for Kansas City.
Zach Cozart, a multi-hit game with a single, the double, and an RBI. Oh, 2 count. Kansas City in the 9th. We'll have Almonte, Merrifield, and Escobar due up. Down goes Cozart and the Angels, down in order here in the 8th. We're off to the 9th inning. It's a 4-3 Halo lead. With Fox Sports Go, download the app and take Fox Sports West and Angels baseball with you wherever you go. And it's presented by Coors Light. Top of the 9th. Halos on top by the score of 4-3. Blake Parker back out on the mound. 9-1-2 coming up for Kansas City. Ball at a strike. Almonte 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. One.
That's a good pitch. It's not been called this throughout this game. It's been the low part of the strike zone.
2-1. 2-2.
I think now he has him set up to try to get him to swing and miss at a split now.
To pitch. Down goes Almonte. Maldonado to complete the strikeout. He does. It's a golden sombrero for Almonte. 4 strikeouts. 1 out.
Got him through that split after the fastball away. We're more apt to chase a pitch. Located there after a fastball was thrown right in the lower part of the strike zone away.
But Merrifield fouling it off, center fielder tonight. 2 for 4, couple of singles. Grounded out to third his last plate appearance. Ball and a strike. Parker with 4 saves on the season. This one trying to get the 4-out save. Finish off this homestand.
Merrifield is tracking that splitter with me. No attempt to try to go after that one. He's looking for a fastball. It's Blake Parker.
There's the 2-1. High fastball, 2-2. Now the 2-2. Out toward right field. Hermosillo, long run for him. Racing back and onto the track, makes the catch. 2 down. Gave it a ride, but not enough.
That's a real good route for Hermosillo. Went back on track, perfect angle to run that one down, just in front of the wall. Good play. Michael Hermosillo, good speed, good route, runs that one down.
So 2 outs here in the 9th, and Alcides Escobar at the plate. In there for a strike. Three runs, 8 hits, 8 left on for Kansas City. 4 runs, 10 hits, 10 left on for the Angels. Here's the 0-1 downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2. Long look in for Parker. Here's the 1-2 to Escobar. Cold strike 3, and light that baby up as the Angels sweep the Kansas City Royals. Tonight, the final 4-3.
Boy, what a job by Blake Parker picking up that 5th save of the season. A 4-out save, perfect location throughout. It's that baseball. As the Angels sweep the Royals here, have an outstanding homestand. Now it's time for the Land Rover Above and Beyond, a player of the game. The reason why the Halos were able to win this game. Ian Kinsler, another big game. Double and a 2-run home run, 4th home run, last 9 games. Also great career numbers, 316, but 24 career home runs versus Kansas City. And Kinsler, the Land Rover Above and Beyond player of the game. Justin Upton went yard again. Had an outstanding homestand and a great series against Kansas City. Pulled this one off, 10 hits, 4 runs. One more than Kansas City for the sweep.
Jim Johnson came on in relief of Shohei Ohtani, picked up the victory as the Angels were able to take the lead and stay in the lead after that. And Blake Parker picks up that 5th save. Ian Kinsler, Zach Cozart, both hit games at the top of the order. Ian with a big home run, a 2-run shot. He's down the field with Alex Curry.
Ian, you guys held on to complete the sweep, taking 5 out of 6 games on this homestand, really finding different ways to win each night. What does that say about the depth and the resilience of this team?
Right now we're winning close games, and that's a good sign. Those games build character, and we're doing a really good job in those tight games. Our pitchers are keeping us in the game. Offense is coming through when we need it. It's been a lot of fun lately.
2 extra base hits for you tonight, including your 24th home run against KC. What is it about facing the Royals that brings out the best in your game at the plate?
I like blue. I don't know. I have no idea.
Now, Blake Parker came up big tonight with that 4-out save. What does that mean to have an out like that and an outing like that before hitting a long road trip?
Yeah, Ando had a little bit of trouble there in the 8th. You know, he got us 2 outs, but for Parker to be able to clean that up. Actually, our whole bullpen today with Shohei leaving a little bit early. The bullpen did a great job keeping us in the game and then holding the lead for us. So today was really about the bullpen.
Congratulations on picking up the win.
All right, thank you.
The Angels complete the sweep for a final of 4-3 before hitting the road to Minnesota tonight. But what a great homestand overall. We'll break it all down next on Angels Live with Patrick O'Neill and Jose Mota. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more right here on Fox Sports West.